Alright guys, let's talk about the absolute pandemic plaguing the UFC right now. No, not injuries, not bad judging, not even the Apex cards with no crowds. I'm talking about stalls. You know, when a fighter takes you down, hugs your leg like it owes them rent money, and just kinda lays there. Or when someone presses you up against the cage for 3 minutes like they're trying to merge into traffic during rush hour. Or my personal favorite, when a guy runs circles around the octagon, throwing one jab every 90 seconds. I know. Thrilling stuff, right? Thrilling stuff. This is what Dana White meant when he said, "What? We're putting on fights, not dance recitals." And look, don't get me wrong. This isn't about smart fighting. Defense is an art. Strategy is part of the game. But what we're seeing more and more is guys figuring out they can win fights without actually fighting. It's like ordering a pizza and the delivery guy just hands you the empty box. Technically, he delivered something, but it's not what you wanted. The UFC loves to sell itself as the most exciting sport in the world, right? Violence, knockouts, submissions, all action. But when half a pay-per-view looks like two dudes playing competitive cuddle wars, fans start booing, grabbing another beer, or worse, switching over to watch Jake Paul shadowbox on Instagram Live. And nobody wants that. So, what exactly is stalling? Let's break it down. First up, lay and pray. That's when a guy takes you down, gets on top, and just hangs out. No ground and pound, no submissions, just using your chest as a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Does that remind you of anyone? Yeah, me neither.
Big foul!
Get out of my sport, Taurus Finney. Get out. Then we've got wall install. That's when a fighter pushes you against the fence and basically turns the octagon into a very slow dance floor.
Big foul!
Heads tucked, knees to the thigh, the crowd booing louder than your ex at karaoke night. Screw you, Mario Bautista. That Aldo win was a daylight robbery. Get out of the UFC right now. And finally, point fighting. The classic, I'll just jab and jog for 50 minutes, bro. It's like watching a marathon runner accidentally wander into the UFC. Bruh. Now, why is this happening more often? Well, part of it is the way the sport is structured. Risk versus reward. The UFC does not pay losers very well. If you risk it all for the finish and lose, you might lose your spot in the rankings, or worse, you get cut. But if you stall your way to a boring win, you keep your paycheck and maybe get a step closer to a title shot, or not. Now, the judges. Judges, and Daniel Cormier especially, love control time.
And if you're generous and you really value submissions, Oliveira got the big submission off in the first round with the top control. Armand controlled the second part of that round, so a very close round one.
Yeah, very hard.
Armand round two.
Yes.
This fight could potentially go down to this round.
It could.
Or it could be 2-0 Armand.
Yes.
You could literally land fewer strikes than a toddler with a Nerf bat. But if you hold someone down for 2 minutes, congratulations, bro. You probably just won the round. And that pisses me off. How many times are they gonna ignore the judging criteria? How many times do we have to repeat? Damage trumps all. When are we gonna change the rules to stop this stupid loophole of avoiding a fight and winning on control time?
You can't keep getting away with this!
Shut up, Daniel Cormier. Just shut up. And finally, game planning. Fighters are getting smarter. They know that you don't need highlight reels to climb the ladder. You just need wins. And if fans boo, so what? You don't pay their bills. Which, you know what? Fair enough. You still suck though, Taurus Finney. You still suck. You know guys, here's the problem. Fans don't tune in for stalling. They tune in for chaos, for violence, for finishes. When a fight turns into a stall fest, fans check out. And when fans check out, the UFC loses money. Well, not really. Remember Ngannou versus Lewis? On paper, that was supposed to be a car crash. We were expecting World War III. Instead, it turned into two dudes staring at each other looking like they were about to kiss. The boos from the fight still echo in the T-Mobile Arena to this day. And the fighters who stall, they're not exactly building superstar brands, I'll say that. Look at the guys who blew up. Ilya Tuporia, Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, Alex Pereira, Yuri Prohaska. None of them are playing it safe. They fight like rent is due tomorrow. Fans reward that. Meanwhile, the stallers, even if they're winning, nobody's begging Dana to put them on a pay-per-view. Ain't nobody trying to see Bilal Muhammad fight.
Who?
So, how do we fix this? Well, I got a couple of ideas. 1. Judging changes. Start rewarding finishing intent over control time. If you're just holding someone, you shouldn't be winning a round. Damage trumps all. Finishing intent over stalling. Number 2. Ref stand-ups and cage breaks. If nothing's happening for 30 seconds, stand him up, break him apart. Let's get back to the violence. We need to see finishing intent. If that's not being shown, stand them up, separate them. Number 3, bigger incentives for finishes. 50-gram bonuses are nice, but in 2025, that's like tipping your waiter with Monopoly money. Make finishes worth serious cash, and you'll see fighters take risks. How about instead of 1 or 2 performance bonuses, the UFC also adds a finish bonus. Make the finish bonus $50K and performance and fight of the night $100K. On top of standard pay, of course. And number 4, public pressure. Let's be honest. Dana White loves calling out boring fights. Maybe he should double down. If a guy stalls 3 fights in a row, maybe he headlines the Apex with no crowd as punishment. That's like sending an MMA fighter to timeout. Or just cut them. You stall 3 fights, you're out. You're gone. It's 3 strikes and you're out. I can get behind that. Look, at the end of the day, stalling is part of the game. But it shouldn't be the game. If the UFC wants to keep selling itself as the most exciting sport in the world, it has to reward the guys who fight and not just the ones who hug. So, what do you think? Is stalling just smart strategy that fans have to live with? Or is it a disease slowly killing the UFC's excitement? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be on the couch reading them. And hey, if you like this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe. And if you enjoyed the videos and would like to support the channel, you can do that by buying me a coffee with the link in the pinned comment down below. That's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one.